with another live stream. Hope you guys are having a blessed day. I would like to apologize for being late because I was supposed to go live at 2:30, but my mechanic showed up. And my pickup truck has been down for a little while, and I finally got him. So I had to get that problem resolved, and I was actually able to get that problem resolved. So all homage to the Most High, because I need my pickup truck. I need that. But we got a lot to talk about, fam. It's been an interesting week. What's up, Jason? Kowalski, what's going on, fam? Back in the building for another live. We gonna turn up today. I'm doing all right, Jason. March and Aries, what's going on, fam? Right? Joseph, what's up? Isidra, what's going on, fam? Yeah, I had to make sure I get to this live, because I wanted to talk about some things. But like I say, I had to get, the mechanic was available, so I had to, do a little ripping and running the AutoZone, getting parts. And he came right at the moment I was about to go live. So I say, I'm going to do both. We have to multitask sometimes, right? Sometimes that's what we have to do. But, yeah, fam, my last decodes, my most recent decodes were very revealing, right? Because we know, and once again, like I told you guys, DeFi King, man, because I went to Twitter to go look at the video he sent me, and his Twitter account isn't on Twitter. I'm like, how does a Twitter account disappear and reappear? It is very strange, right? But the Most High reaches his people in the strangest ways. Because like I told you, whenever DeFi King pops up, he pops up with something that holds weight. You know how many people have never seen that clip, right? And the reason why I went to get the video, because the second video he sent me of the guy talking about their plans, I wanted to play that and let you hear it, and you can hear it for yourself, how big that video was. But his account isn't on Twitter. But however I can get it, I'll take it. Because whenever he do pop up, he brings something to the community that could help us and give us insight. Okay? He gives us insight. 19 people in the building. Y'all hit the like button for me. 19 people in the building. But also, we gonna talk about the 5-9. Right? The 5-9. What is the 5-9? And it's crazy because when I did my decodes, it always points to A-chain. And we know A-chain is the supposed migration of XPR network to metal. What's up, Carlos? Right? That is the supposed merger, the fork, right? Ivan says Epstein was 5'9". Wow. Dr. Adnan. What's going on, Dr. Adnan? Dixon Dancer, what's going on? Wagner in the building. You had a glitch today, Kowalski? I'm gonna tell y'all, hey, I've been seeing a lot of glitches. Dixie Lopez, what's going on? All right. Mark Wiener, what's up, fam? But that coin I told y'all, Donald in the building. What's up, Donald, fam? That coin, the coin called Illuminati right now is showing in my account as worth $110,000, because that supply is only, I think, $1,111,000. So I wonder, it's only showing that on Weball though, but I wonder sometimes if these glitches are showing us future prices, right? I see you, Mark Wiener. I wonder if these are, is it on Alcor? Yeah, it's on Alcor. Because like I say, when I first saw that, I say a lot of people go see Illuminati and run from it, right? Oh, I don't want that. But God has, there's an Illuminati that God has also. Where you think they get that from, right? Mostly everything that they use against us is something that they've taken and inverted. That's why I told you, everything that we look at, wow, they just took a whole lot of people out of my life instantly, right? They playing games already. They kicked a lot of people out instantly. I see you, YouTube. I see you. We already know I'm the shadow band man. We already know, right? We already know. But definitely, fam, that you have to invert everything. Yeah, they trying to suppress, you know. That's why I show you a lot in gematria, a lot of the numbers that we get when you invert that number, we find the coins that we hold, right? They want you to think left is right. They want you to think up is down. But it's always inverted. And that's how I do now. Everything I see, I invert it. Because I know if they're saying this, then it's the total opposite, right? Just like the guy that has the show, I think he has a stock, he talk about stocks and stuff, when he was telling everybody that Bitcoin is going to crash and Bitcoin is this and that. I said, well, if I had that kind of money, I would be doing the opposite. And look what Bitcoin did. When he was saying that, Bitcoin was like around 49,000. It went up to $124,000. Kramer, there you go, Carlos. Kramer, wild boss in the building. You know what I'm saying? So we have to invert everything because everybody not seeing what we seeing through these eyes, right? Which are tied to our pineal. Okay? Y'all saw in my decode that I released last night, I think, where it says something about Ra pineal decalcified. Because they put stuff in our foods, they put stuff in our medicines, they put things in so many different products like toothpaste, fluoride, right? All Mark Holmes in the building. All these things are methods of calcifying your pineal gland. And once your pineal gland is calcified, then you can't tap into that spiritual self. You can't tap into your higher self. You can't communicate with other and higher realms because your pineal gland has been calcified. And the proof was in that decode. It was in that decode, fam. So that's why I tell you guys, use that pineal, use that third eye, raise that frequency, raise that vibration. Because when you do that, fam, you will see a difference in your life. Right? So that's what we have to do. But we now know, Anime HD, what's up, fam? Now we know that the 5-9, right? Because in that Mark Holmes says true. Because in my decode, it said in that video after 5-9. So basically it's saying after the fork, after the migration. But I always tell you guys, we have to pay attention because they make you look this way, but really things are going on over here, right? Pinecone Heist says egg. Exactly. I get you, fam. I get you. And I like that name, Pinecone, too, because I know the symbology of the pine cone also. Right? But we have to understand that they tell us that there's going to be a fork in the migration. And they're telling us it's going to be a chain, which is the merge of XPR network and metal blockchain. But think about this. We see things taking place on Elcor, right? We see things taking place on Elcor. We saw in that same video that I told you about that I just did, we saw the term copycat and we saw the term cloning. It said cloning in the US, right? And we see that taking place on Elcor, right? Also, Elcor starts with the letter A. Starts with the letter A. A chain. So could they have us thinking, Max, what's up, fam? So could they have us thinking that the merger is going to be between XPR network and metal blockchain when the whole time, what's up, Hunt? When the whole time they may be talking about Elcor. Now, I'm not saying this is etched in stone. All I'm saying is we have to look at both things, right? We can't look at things just through, a narrow lens. We have to look at the wide view. Least let in the building. We have to look at things with a wider view. Because we see what's taking place on Elcor. All of that is happening for some reason. They are not rolling out all of these coins under different accounts for no reason. They're not. They are not. Another thing I told you in many of my decodes is that a lot of this is spiritual. Carlos Price or Stellar and Elcor. Stellar and I think both of all of those are juggernauts in the game. I'm doing all right, MB Hankton. But definitely, we have to look at these things. We have to look at these things. Dream Team in the building. Dream Team in the building. But we have to look at these things. Yeah. And the trolls in the building too. But remember I told you that in the spiritual aspect of things, that these crypto coins are basically looked at as archons. And we've seen the term in my decodes anchored the archons. We've also seen, and we saw in my video that I just did, right? It says something about demons are coming. Demons are coming. Now think about this. We saw the term in my gematria, right, that said the binding of the demons. And I told you a while back when I saw the video, the Most High led me to a video by Dr. Malachi Z. York, where he was talking about ancient times and talking about the demons that were in prison and Satan when he was in prison, right? Frederick, what's going on, fam? And when these demons and entities were imprisoned, they were imprisoned by the hexagram. The hexagram, that symbol is powerful. Now, in all of crypto, where do we see the hexagram? It is the EOS symbol. Anders in the building, right? Brian Medina in the building. So that hexagram was used to bind the demons. Least Let says the hexagram is linked to King Solomon, I believe. That's a powerful symbol. It is older and ancient as you could imagine. We're talking about Egypt. I agree, Dream Team. We're talking about Egypt. We're talking about Samaria. We're talking about Lemuria. We talking about going way back to Atlantis, when you had titans and things on the planet. That hexagram is a powerful symbol. Why out the Seal of Solomon? Why out of all of crypto does Alcor has the hexagram, fam? Help me understand that. Help me understand that. Out of all of crypto, EOS has the hexagram. EOS was changed to Volta. Right? Volta is linked to Unicode. Marsha Hayner on Twitter was sitting on a unicorn. Unicorn. Think about it. Unicode, unicorn. I told you guys there's levels to this. King David with the ring that controls demons. You see, fam, that hexagram is a powerful symbol. It's a powerful symbol. And I think that system is going to bring down Satan's system. Looks like the Tree of Life Kabbalah says marching Aries. King David was the father of Solomon. And guess what? We're descendants of many of those from those times and watching history repeat itself. Bonjour, Frederick. Bonjour, fam. That's French, right? My auntie used to talk a lot of French when I was young, you know. She used to try. She used to always say, parlez-vous français? Roger that says, how can I come Super Saiyan using spiritual energy? Start by tapping into these numbers. Start by tapping into these numbers and let the numbers speak to you. Because somebody asked me one day, they said, how can I learn how to read gematria? Well, the first step to learning how to read gematria is paying attention to everything around you. Paying attention to numbers. If you see the same numbers often, that is your higher self, which is also an aspect of your guardian angel trying to get your attention, letting you know it's time to elevate. It's time to fulfill your purpose. Digger Nick in the building. So between all coins, XRP is the one, like top one. XRP is the top one, but I don't think, honestly, I think Loan is the top coin. I think Loan is the because I don't know if you guys ever saw the guy's channel. I can't think of his name, but he has a lot. He has millions of followers, and he was talking about crypto one day, and out of all of the symbols that he showed, right? He showed it in tiers, right? XRP here, you know, Solana here, and at the top of that pyramid was the loan symbol. I don't know if he knew that, but I saw it and I was like, that's loan protocol, right? And then in the clip that DeFi King sent us, thank you, Marty. In the clip DeFi King sent us, they said there is a new loan product called Ecoin, right? And I've been talking about Ecoin. You've heard nobody else on the entire internet in the world talk about Ecoin. I've been talking about Ecoin. Go look it up. Go look it up. Do you know how many things that I've seen in gematria that have come to pass? Ecoin. I kept seeing it. I say Ecoin. And I say, I need to put this system together. And I have, because Ecoin is going to be the Iraqi dinar. You already have Ecoin. At least let Ecoin is loan. It's not one coin. It's not going to be one coin. It's going to be a system of coins. Dank dollars, Proton pussy, loan protocol, Proton, Soul. All of these are going to converge to make one system. Because when it all hits the fan, you're not going to have all these different cryptocurrencies. You're not going to have all these cryptocurrencies are going to be gone. You're going to have one world, one government, one system, one currency. But this one currency are going to have functioning parts, right? Like your car. Your car needs tires. It needs a motor. It needs a transmission, right? So all of these things are going to work together to make one machine function. That's Ecoin, which is going to be linked to the Iraqi dinar, which is the rise of Babylon again. Yeah, Stellar also, which is going to be the rise of Babylon once again, the Iraqi dinar, which is Ecoin, which is going to be backed by gold and silver and the revaluation of currencies around the world. But they're going to revalue all the currencies around the world to start the ball rolling with this new system. And then once they get that ball rolling, then they go merge everything together and have one system, one government. Complete tyranny and control. And who's behind that? Palantir. Palantir. That's who's behind it. Fiat definitely falls. Bitcoin is life. If you don't agree, you are just too fucking late. You think Bitcoin is life, right? Well, time will tell. Time will tell. Because in that movie that I'm telling you about, that DeFi King showed me, that guy in that clip said exactly what you're saying, Jure. That guy said, we can't have Bitcoin. Bitcoin is decentralized. Bitcoin is this and that. And guess what he said? Most of the mining for Bitcoin is done in China. We can't have that. So you about to see some things take place, fam. Now, Bitcoin SV, that is the true Bitcoin. That is the true Bitcoin. Think about it. Bitcoin SV's technology is way better than Bitcoin. Way better. Way better. Yeah, Frederick, that Bitcoin is only a test. It's only a test. All of this is a test, right? All of this is a test. Why you think they haven't rolled out? Why you think Loan and Proton Pussy and Dank Dollars and Stellar and all these coins haven't taken off yet? Because they are testing, they are building the system, and they getting this system ready to roll out. They getting ready to roll it out. And when they roll it out, trust me, you go see. Because I told you, Bitcoin SV, every time you do a transaction, your address changes. That is very, very high. That is awesome technology. I hadn't seen that yet in crypto anywhere, to where every time SEMA at home, what's going on, fam? Crypto Jake 3. Hex is a better Bitcoin and Pulse Chain is a better Ethereum. I hold Hex, Crypto Jack. And think about it, Hex, hexagram, right? And Hex, the logo is also basically six-pointed hexagon. You think that's by coincidence? It's not. It's not. This is the spiritual community that knows symbols when we see them and know what they mean. We know what these symbols mean. Hero in the building. What's going on, fam? Jer says, good luck. We gonna see. We go see. We go see. If you do have Bitcoin, be cautious. That's all I'm saying. Not financial advice. Leash-let, I guess Leash-let gotta go. That's all I'm saying. I think Loan is the chosen coin on XPR network. Already trillions of dollars in fiat. Definitely. Purple. Red and blue makes purple, Dream Team. Exactly, Crypto Jack 3. Ernest Halston says Casper. Yeah, Casper go have his day. Casper go have his day. Y'all don't forget to hit that like button for me. Get those likes up. Louisiana. In my opinion, XPR will be top 4 in crypto. Yeah, XPR is gonna melt some faces, fam. Bang Bang says, why not BTC? BTC is just like we say, BTC is just a pilot to kick off something much bigger. That's all. That's all it is. Something bigger is coming. And they have to suck a lot of wealth from a lot of people. So what they do is before they crash something, they have to bring a lot of money into it. Because once they bring a lot of money into it, then they crash it, that money is gone. That money is taken away. That money is taken away. They're not going to crash Bitcoin until they get a lot of people to put their money into it. What's up, Waldo? No, I missed it, Waldo. I've been getting my truck fixed today, man. That's all. All that money go coming to Bitcoin, and they go hype it up, and then when Tether crashes, and all of the coins that are pegged to Tether goes down with it, there's a Tether BTC pair. Tether will rip the bottom out of BTC and many other coins. But guess what's not linked to Tether? XPR. Loan Protocol. Proton Pussy. These coins are not linked to Tether. So when Tether dies and Tether starts going down, you can't grab nothing over here to take with you. Just look the part of Loan the last month. Exactly. When Tether goes, it's going to pull the whole market down with it. It's going to take everything out with it. And what did Marshall Hayner say years ago? They need Tether. They know once Tether goes, they go step to the forefront. Because he already knows what's coming. Iggy B in the building. How do we use Volta? It used to be Unicode. I mean, it functions the same way, Iggy B. It functions the same way. But what you could do is, a lot of people don't know, you can still go to the original. Unicode is still active. You just have to remember the website to get to Unicode. I mean, to get the Unicode. You know, because when you log in now, it just shows you Volta. And as a matter of fact, let me see if I can pull that up for you. I think it's V1. I think it's V1 Unicode. If you type in V1 Unicode, then you'll go to the original classic version of Unicode. if you don't type that in, it'll take you to the new Volta, right? That's just like if you want to buy RAM, right? Mr. Lopez in the building. When you want to buy some more RAM and you say, okay, well, they changed it to Volta, and when you go on Volta, Volta doesn't show you how to, it only shows you how to get RAM on Volta. But what you have to do is you have to type in V1 Unicode, and then that'll send you to Unicode and you can buy your RAM. Because I went through that problem. I was like, where's Unicode? But it's still around. You just have to have the actual website, which is, I think, is V1 Unicode or Unicode V1. And you'll see what I'm talking about. 44 people in the building, 22 likes. Y'all get the likes up for me. And them trolls be coming, huh? Them trolls and gargoyles be coming, huh? Boy, they know where the spirituality at. Boy, they know where God's people at. The Gomez, what's up, fam? Full trolls today, straight up. Is holding USC better than holding not financial advice, but I mean, I myself use USD over USDT. Yeah, you know, you gotta pray for the trolls, you know. For sure, the GOAT, appreciate that. Exactly, Crypto Jake. Exactly. I think Bitcoin SV will hit 1 million. That makes me, Iggy B, that makes me feel good. Time Sky, what's up, fam? Glad you made it. That makes me feel good when I see all these trolls and different, you know, bots and entities coming into, because like I say, you know, when you a threat, when you raising the vibration and the frequency, it's only nature, it's only law that the opposite comes, right? It's only natural. The kitten with no name, what's going on, fam? Hate Love, thank you for coming. Yeah, they cutting up today. That the trolls is in the building. But guess what? Y'all typing these hateful things, you heard me? But I tell you one thing, either you a bot, but I hope you are a bot, because when you leave this physical world, something waiting on you. So enjoy what you're doing right now. That low frequency, that low vibration you have, enjoy it. Because trust me, something waiting on you. Something waiting on you. I'm telling you, something waiting on you. And I know what's waiting on you. So keep it up. Right? The Combat Wombat in the building. Right? Everybody who come and showing love, man, peace and blessings. Thanks to all y'all. Right? And a few super chats wasn't hurt either, fam. Show me some love. Yeah, you get as you give. Drums in the building. Thank you, Dave JB. Thank you, Josiah. We go win, fam. Because we paying attention to what we need to pay attention to. This is God's chosen generation. This is the time for God's chosen. All of you are here for a reason. I'm super shadow banned, but yet and still you found me. Thank you, Jason. All homage to the Most High for people like you. Thank you, Hero. Wow, thank you, Hero. All homage to the Most High for people like you, right? All homage to the Most High for people like you, good, loving people. That is my motivation. That is my motivation. But this is the time for us. I'm super shadow banned, but yet and still you found my videos. You got this message. That is not a coincidence. You are a powerful being. It's time for you to raise your frequency, and some of you have already raised your frequency. You look at the world totally different. You always felt it. You're not paying attention to nonsense no more. You're not into material things. You're not into chasing women the way you used to do. You're not into running the streets the way you used to do, because you know something's coming. You know something is coming. And like Proverbs say, those who know prepare and get ahead of it. You guys are preparing and getting ahead of what's coming. I've shown you the entire system, right? The first XRP, the first XPR pump, I told you guys it was going to be around National Popcorn Day. What happened? It pumped crazy. That's when it first went up to around, I think, 0.007 or 307, one of the two. And everybody on my Twitter was like, man, you called it. I've seen things in gematria you have no idea of. That it's just too, you know, it's hard to find a place to talk about certain things. So what I gotta do is I gotta build trust in people. I have to build a coalition, right? We all have to be on the same frequency. But guess what? I know certain things that will guard this community in ways you can't imagine. Because that's my purpose. My purpose was to be the messenger and to show you guys what the Most High wants you to see. And that's exactly what I've been doing. All the people who are low vibrational, they have a lot of money and wealth, they're arrogant, right? They believe in technology is what's going to save them from what's coming. Right? They get all these different type of gadgets and gadgets, right? All of these different methods of protecting their wealth. But you cannot hide from the Most High. You cannot hide from the judgment. You cannot hide in underground bunkers and think you cannot be taught. But us in this community, God is going to place a force field around the things that we hold. Remember in my decode where it just said you and your family are safe and protected, promise? The Most High promised us that we will be safe and protected. So some of us lean on that and some of us lean on technology. I'm gonna take my chances with the Most High. And 39 minutes into the chat, I see they done kicked a lot of y'all out the live. They messing with the live feed because I'm giving y'all true gems. A lot of y'all tell me y'all have to come back and watch the live because they won't even let you join the live. Bully Bear told me that, and many other people. They don't want you to get the knowledge that is meant for you. Right? They don't want you guys coming in showing me love and support. They want me to be discouraged. They want to starve me out. Make it hard for me. But they don't know the more they do that, the more harder I work for my community. Because when you make it blatantly obvious to me that you are against me, then it makes it more obvious that I have a purpose that I have to fulfill. And I want you guys to know the truth. Right? I'm a small channel. Now see, if I was talking about XRP, this chat will roll until the end of time. If I was talking about a lot of these other things, right? If I was on here talking about the foolishness that the YouTube algorithm pushes, right? I wouldn't have no problems. But since I'm telling you guys what the Most High wants you to hear, they freeze my comment section. They instantly, they'll take 15 people out of the live. That is proof, fam. That is proof that we know exactly what we need to know. That we're focused on the right target. Do you know how many people in crypto don't even know Alcor even exists? They don't know that the entire crypto system is being cloned. They don't know. But you do. So guess what? You're ahead of the game. You can position yourself in ways many don't even know exist. Right? They hold one XRP, you hold several. Right? Some of them hold one XPR, you hold several. Some of them hold Solana, you hold several. You're positioned in ways they can't even comprehend. And they mad. They mad. 42 minutes, right? Almost 5-10 minutes have went by. I haven't seen one comment in the section. Why? Because they're messing with my live. They don't want us to communicate, fam. They don't want you guys to get this sauce. But I promise you, I'm gonna go live a lot more. I'm gonna go from 1 time a day to 4 or 5 times a day. If that's what I have to do to make sure my family and my people understand my message and see the things that I'm showing them. I'm gonna make sure that people get a chance to ask me questions that they've been wanting to ask me. Talk to me about things they've been wanting to talk to me about. All YouTube is doing is making people support me more because they get kicked out the live and they know why. They know why. If I was talking about Diddy, if I was talking about foolishness, right? Things that have no substance, low vibrational things, I would have 10,000 people in the chat. And I wouldn't get interrupted not one time. So yeah, YouTube, keep making it obvious. Keep showing people that they are chosen and there's a message that the Most High wants them to receive, and keep making it obvious that YouTube is in the way of that. The algorithm is trying to get in the way of that. That's foul. That's low down. But that's the times we are in. That is the algorithm. That is Satan's algorithm. Suppress all high vibrational things. Suppress all things that are of the Most High. We don't want them knowing that they can use numbers to communicate with the Most High, with their guardian angels, with their ancestors, with the universe. We don't want them knowing that. They don't want you to know that. But I'm going to keep working hard to drilling into everyone's heads. Because this is our time, fam. This is our time. I got a nice amount of people in the live. So why did my comment section stop? My phone is working fine. I'm getting a good signal. But they don't want high vibrational anything will be targeted. But back to the subject. Loan protocol will be used after the 5-9. And you saw in my decode, right? When I decoded something about A-chain, and it gave me 5-6, right? But it's the same thing, because if you invert the 6, you get 9. Ecoin. I'm gonna tell you something else that's tied to Ecoin also, that I've seen come up in the same basically decodes, is eCash and Zcash. eCash and Zcash. They come up surrounding Ecoin a lot also. And those are coins that I hold on L-Core also. eCash and Zcash. Ecoin is definitely, without a doubt, going to be tied some way to the Iraqi dinar. Why do you think we see so many different so many different Iraqi dinar accounts, right? And all of them have the word Fed in it. What does the Iraqi dinar have to do with federal? Make it make sense to me, fam. What does the Iraqi dinar have to do with federal? This is a whole nother country. This is in Iraq. What country is in Iraq? I mean, what city is in Iraq? Babylon. Why does every Iraqi dinar address have something with federal in it? Right? I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example, fam. I'm going to put IQD. I'm going to put IQD into the search box on Stellar. IQD on Stellar. You have federalreserve.us.com. You also have IQD fednow.us.org. I bought coins from both of these addresses, right? And you have IQD federalreserve.co.com. Now, why would Iraqi dinar have Federal Reserve in it? Why? Why? Why would IQD have Federal Reserve? Better, let alone Fed Now. Now do you see Ecoin? Now do you see why they give my channel a hard time? Now do you see why you won't get burnt with your Bitcoin? Because you know how to position yourself now. Because a lot of people don't even know that certain coins are linked to Tether, and when Tether goes down, it's going to bring every coin linked to it with it. But they don't know that Loan Protocol, XPR, Proton, Pussy, Dank Dollars, none of these coins are linked to Tether. Think about that. Metal blockchain is the new Fed. Metal Pay is the new Fed. Metal Pay is 558 in Gematria. Also 558 is BRICS Pay. So why would BRICS Pay and Metal Pay have the same number? Make it make sense. BRICS Pay is 558 in Gematria. Metal Pay is 558 in Gematria. Metal Dial is 211. I know all the numbers. That's why when I see a new code, I know the universe is trying to show me something. Because it's almost like I've memorized numbers in a way you cannot imagine. So when I see something, I recognize it, I know, oh, that's a code. Because I realize that we live in a simulation. We live in a simulation. That's why I tell you guys, if you want to learn to do gematria, just start being more focused on your surroundings. Just start paying attention to every little small detail and aspects of your life. When you look at cartoons, look at them through your third eye. You'll start seeing cartoons are always telling you something. That's how it started for me. I was watching the cartoon Futurama. That's it. I was watching Futurama, right? And the things they were saying was just like not making sense. And that's when I say, well, let me put those terms into gematria and see what they really talking about. And I start finding all the answers. I'm talking about cartoons all the way down to Polly Pocket. I'm talking about big messages being cartoons. Everything you look at, stop looking at it from the aspect of a fan or entertainment, and start looking at everything as a message and a sign of the times. And then everything will start making sense. And then it will reveal to you that you live in a simulation and in a matrix. It will be blatantly obvious. That's why I'm used to the shadow banning. I've been shadow banned so long. That's why I tell you guys, that's why I ask you guys to show me some love, give me some super chats. Like, I've been shadow banned a long time, but it did not discourage me. Do you know you have to have a certain type of mind and dedication to keep putting out videos, knowing that they're not gonna let them really, take off? But I knew 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, a few people saw it. That's all that mattered to me, because that may be the chosen ones that the Most High has ordained to see this. So just because the masses don't see it, I'm not going to overlook the few chosen that the Most High wants to see this message. Many of you didn't even know about loan, but you found my channel and you got into loan. If you would have gotten to loan about 3-4 months ago, let's say 5 months ago, and you put $5,000 into loan, you are smiling today. You are smiling. If you put $4,000 or $5,000 into Proton XPR, you are smiling. If you got the Anchor wallet today, which is now an antique, you are smiling today. So I always brought you guys something that is going to hold weight. It's going to hold weight. But all these other guys, right, they talking about, that's why I told you, all these guys talk about XRP and all these other coins. They are getting rich talking about these coins, and these coins have not brought any type of real wealth to anybody. That is psyop science to me. That is showing the cabal that people are that lost, that they will not get progress and keep putting money into something that hasn't gave them back. The Most High don't work like that. When you give the Most High your time, your love, your respect, the Most High gives you back. So what type of mentality do you have that you will keep putting money in something and giving something to something that doesn't give back? Because all you're saying is if, when, hopefully. Because that's what they always saying. Oh, when XRP does this, when XRP does this, XRP is about to do this, XRP is about to do that. But they getting rich feeding it to you. If I was really feeding you bullshit, excuse my language, if I really was feeding you something that would drive you off a cliff, if I was really leading you to a dead end, my chat wouldn't have stopped. I would have thousands of people on my live. They will make sure as many people see me as possible, because I'm a tool to make them wealthy and you are the pawn. But it's the opposite, right? People, you notice, right? The minute people start sending me super chats, they shut down my messages. Nobody could comment no more. Soon as somebody sent me super chats, they shut it down. We don't want him to make no money. We don't want people to show him support. Think about that, fam. Hero sent me a super chat. As soon as he did it, everything just stopped. Now, I haven't had a comment in the last 20 minutes of me talking. It's frustrating, but it's also revealing. And it makes me get off this live and go and pick up my phone instead of watching a football game, a basketball game, a movie, or whatever. It makes me pick up my phone and find more things to expose. Because every day I get more and more people showing me support. It's slow, but it's happening. Like I told you guys, when I first started my channel, when I first started talking about XPR and loan, I only had 200 something subscribers. And my videos would go to 500 views in 2-3 days. Now I'm past 1,000 something subscribers, and they keep my numbers around the same amount. I'm shadow banned. It's the shadow ban man. Wild as the Taliban. Phone in my right, another phone in my other hand. Decode numbers. It's the shadow ban man. The shadow ban man. Right? The one they don't want you guys to know. Right? We done being asleep. It's time to wake up, fam. It's time to see the world for what it is. It's time to see the world for what it is. Everything is ran by algorithms. Somebody sent me a super chat. Thank you very much. See, I don't even know who's showing support, but I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out who shows support, because you're appreciated. And when I do my decoding and when I go to the spiritual realm, I put special things into the atmosphere for certain people who show support. Because you're actually supporting You're actually supporting someone that was sent to you. So it's not about you think you're showing me love, but you're showing love to the higher ups. You're showing love to the higher ups. You are garnering favor by showing me love because I was just sitting here to deliver a message to you all, fam. It's time to raise the frequency of the planet. It's time to raise the frequency of the collective. It's time to engage in collective consciousness. One mind, one body. One mind, one body. Synchronicity. Right? You can sense what I sense. I can sense what you sense. Awareness. We not sleep over here. Right? We have the most powerful community in all of cryptocurrency, and I will put my neck on the chopping block for that. We have the most powerful community in crypto. There is not one person in the XPR community that I can say that I know that talks about XPR that is a millionaire. And you think that's God's way? The first will be last and the last will be first. Right? We are the ones that are going to become the new millionaires and billionaires. We are the ones that are going to shape the future of this planet. Right? We are the ones that are going to bring positive vibes back to this planet. These other people, all they've done is pillage, take from people, mislead people, scam people. We not doing that over here. We all go grow together. Like I told you, when I find out about a new coin, I don't buy it and then tell you about it after I've accumulated so much of it. Then when you buy, I dump on you. I don't do that. Soon as I find the coin, I go and say, hey guys, there's a new coin. By the way, I'm glad I thought about that. There's a coin on Ecoin that got my attention. It's called PPX. And it was just put on Ecoin recently, like today, I think, or yesterday. But it's called PPX. And for some reason, we know there's a Solana, a Sol X, a Corium X. I think PPX is Proton Pussy X. Right? And it's under Token Create. So take a look at that coin, fam. Not financial advice. But that coin got my attention. PPX. Take a look at that coin. Take a look at PPX. But we see the things that are taking place in crypto. All of these coins are going to function. All of these coins are just moving parts of the same machine. But their biggest goal and agenda in crypto is to catch most people off guard. They need to wipe out a majority of the wealth. The wealth transfer will be transferred from the masses of Americans and around the world to the top 1%. But those that the Most High has chosen, will be in that arena. Because a lot of people have brought on the judgment of the Most High for their wicked ways. A lot of people deserve what's coming. A lot of people deserve what's about to happen. A lot of them deserve it. Look at the young generation, right? They've made murder cool. If you walk into a record label right now and you want to get a record deal, and you go in there and you start talking about the Most High and positive things, they run you up out of there. But if you walk in there with your pants hanging off your ass and your face all tatted up and you talking about killing your fellow brother and sister, they make you a millionaire. They make you wealthy. That is the most ingenious plot ever. Because I think like them sometimes. Because I'm from the streets. I'm from the streets. I did a lot of things in my life that I shouldn't have done. But I learned from my mistakes. And the Most High brought me through everything that I went through. But don't you think it was very smart of them to make the most ratchet people, the ones with money? That was ingenious. Because that is what brought down this country. You take the most ratchet people and make them wealthy. What do? They do ratchet things. They have ratchet people around them. I've never seen so many millionaires get caught up and go to jail for crazy things. See, people like us, high vibrational people, we get that money, we help people, we disappear. We go and live our lives. But you got people worth $5-10 million trying to prove something. And they lose their life or their freedom over that type of stuff. That was all by design. The same people that run these record labels run Hollywood. They run the NFL, the NBA. And a lot of these people don't know that when they sign these contracts, there is a disclosure in there that you cannot help nobody. You can't help nobody. Then they place gatekeepers in your life. This is Satan's algorithm. This matrix was created to keep you trapped in a cycle of destruction, in a cycle of being asleep. But if you raise your frequency and your vibration, fam, you will see through the matrix and you will see your way out. Because my decodes always let us know that we are on our way up out of the matrix. We understand that this life that we live in this matrix is a holographic world. You only know it's real because your brain tells you through these two eyes that what you're seeing is real. But many of you, your pineal glands are calcified. You have to decalcify your pineal glands, fam. You have to watch what you eat, watch what you drink, watch the hair products you put in your head, right? They put this stuff in everything to calcify your pineal gland, right? In my decode, it said Ra, pineal gland, decalcified. Ra. You may think Ra is just a ordinary regular word. I pay homage to Ra. Shouldn't you? Because if Ra decides to not shine, you die in this matrix. You see, it's all about showing respect. I'm going to show respect to the force that makes these plants grow. I'm going to show respect to the force that contributes to our existence. And for that word Ra to come up and pineal gland in the same term, that's powerful. That's powerful. It's time. It's time. We cannot be railroaded any longer. Let's come together, fam. Black, white, Chinese, Arab, let's come together. Let's come together. Because if we come together, we can't lose. These people just want to hurt and kill and destroy. I don't understand it sometimes. But that's the yin and yang. You got to have bad if you have good. You got to have small if you have big. You got to have tall if you have short. Alpha and Omega, yin and yang. But you have to choose a side. Are you going to be high vibrational? Raise the frequency on the planet? Or are you going to be low vibrational and walking around with your head down every day and life is passing you by and you never even got a chance to find your soul contract, and then you come back here reincarnated again, and then you forget your past life, and it's just a cycle, and it just keeps you, and that energy that you are generating is being harvested, right? In the Matrix, what did they show? They showed all us plugged up in pods, and our energy was being harvested. They actually turned us into batteries. That was a sign. That was showing you exactly what's taking place. When they do these certain events, they harvest the energy. Because the energy is what they feed off. You're not here for any old reason, fam. You have powerful forces working in your favor. And some of you, and really most of you, can tap into these same forces because they are you on higher realms. They are your guardian angels. They are all of the different attributes of the Most High God. The Most High God has many attributes, right? When you say Isis, when you say Osiris, when you say Quetzalcoatl, when you say Viracocha, when you say Buddha, all of these are different attributes of the one God, the God one, the Most High God. They're all just different attributes of the one God, the God one, the triple blackness of space. The triple blackness of space. We forgot who we are. But our enemy has not. They work every day to keep us divided. Right? They work every day to keep us divided because it's divide and conquer. And we're being conquered right now, fam. We are being conquered in a major way. And it's time to wake up. I love all people. I've always lived my life like that, and that's why I've been so blessed in my life. I've met interesting people in my life. I've been around the world. I've been at the lowest and at the highest. But I've always remained the same and kept my integrity. We learn from our mistakes. We grow. We cannot stay the same. We have to elevate. A lot of you are wondering why you're stuck in a cycle, why you can't get ahead, why you feel like things are always happening to you. Things are happening to you because you are powerful and important, and something is working overtime to keep you from reaching the point that you're destined for. See, the minute you get out of being depressed and saying, why me and why I go through this, you need to start looking at it as, oh, I know why this is happening. And this is what I'm going to do about it. And then you will start seeing, you're going to start climbing those stairs, and you're going to start elevating higher and higher. I was telling my son one day, I say, God will let you wear yourself out because you try to do too much yourself. Sometimes you have to let the universe work for you. I used to run myself raggedy. Every day I get up, what I gotta do, what I gotta do, what I gotta do. Every day. And I'm not just enjoying the fact that I woke up this morning. I'm alive. I have another chance to get it right. And the minute I stop being the way I was, ripping and running every day, trying to do this and do that and do this and do that, I say, you know what? I'm just going to wake up and thank God that I'm alive and just go with the wind. However the wind blows me, that's the direction I'm going. But I'm going to have a positive mentality and attitude. And I'm going to just smile and just thank God that I'm even here. Because somebody somewhere got it far worse. And the minute I started doing that, my powers start coming online. I started noticing things that I normally wouldn't have paid attention to. And that's the only thing that's keeping many of you guys back. You're trying to do too much yourself. Because God will be sitting there with his hand on the door handle, ready to open it for you. Right? God is ready to open it for you, but you running around pushing on the wrong doors. So God will say, okay, well, he gonna get tired one day, or she gonna get tired one day, and she gonna realize, and he gonna realize that all they had to do was ask me to open the door. Simple and plain. Stop trying to do so much yourself. Slow down. Just enjoy certain things that you have and stop worrying about the things you don't have. And I promise you, you're going to see a major shift in your life. I've accomplished more being calm and collective and just taking it one day at a time than I did when I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. When I was living the street life. And when I was in the street life, I wasn't no small fry. I always dealt with big people because of my personality. And I always made sure I paid. So I never dealt with small people. I'm talking about giants. And I made it out of that life because of how I am. But I didn't accomplish nothing in that life. But the minute I slowed down, the minute I just got me a 9-to-5 and I started thanking God for what I had and that I'm just alive and I'm not sick and I can walk and I have my arms, I have my vision. I got a car, then a truck, then another car. I bought my first house when I was 18 years old. I went broke at the bottom. I'm talking about no support. I've always taken care of my mother. Now, when I was young growing up, yeah, my mother took care of me good. But I wasn't blessed to have one of those mothers that she inherited things that she could pass down to me. I lost my father at 3 years old. I had no grandparents. I have no grandparents. And I've lived a life that most people wish they could live because I've always had spiritual blessings. All of my blessings have been spiritual. And people see me and wonder, how do I do it? Because I'm tapped in with the Most High. When the Most High puts it on my spirit that something is going to be done for me, I believe it. And that's all you have to do. I've been a one-man army my whole life, but the one man meaning me and the Most High. Me and the Most High. Which led to a lot of envy in my life. A lot of envy, because I've always did more with having less. So it's time, fam. And I'm glad you are here getting this message. I'm glad that you know the cryptocurrencies we need to hold. I'm glad you were able to get a glimpse of the new financial system that is coming. Because they make sure they put a lot of stuff out to keep you confused. And you don't know which direction to go. Because a lot of people, they are not in it to really bring awareness and to save and change lives. They are in it for wealth. XRP hasn't done nothing. Zach Rector became rich talking about XRP. Crypto Hulk, rich, XRP. Digital asset investor, rich, XRP. Right? Name one person talking about XPR that has become wealthy. You ain't gonna see it. But name somebody in XRP that has brought very valid things that are of the utmost importance. Crypto Rick, Crypto Bullet Bear, New Titan 888, right? DeFi King, Crypto Lycan. You got these new guys coming on talking about XPR. And when I go on YouTube, they make sure their videos get shown. So you know what I did? I said, well, let me go look at the way they have it set up, right? Their tags, nothing different than from what I'm doing. So why are they making sure their videos are getting shown and not mine? Because if you can watch their video, then you're not getting the information here, which is way more valid and deeper. So I understood it. They know people are going to go to the XPR community and look for things to get relevance from, right? To see things that will make them buy or will give them information. But they put decoys out there because that keeps them from finding me. Because not only do you find the coins that you need to get, but you find the system, you find how it's all connected, you find about spirituality and raising your frequency and your vibration, you find out about numbers and how to decode numbers. I show you the power of numbers. They rather them go over there. Oh, they just go, go on their channel and, get a 10-minute video on what XPR may do and why they bought it. But when you come to my channel, fam, you get a whole lot more. You get a whole lot more. So those are decoys. There's no way possible that I should have 500 videos, 94% of all my videos about Proton and XPR. And when I go on YouTube from anyone's phone and I type in Proton or XPR network or loan protocol, I have to scroll through 200-300 videos before I see one video. That is blatantly obvious. That is a mathematical improbability. Look at my thumbnails, fam. My thumbnails make you curious, right? Most of you saw my thumbnail and say, what? Oh, I definitely got to watch this video. And you clicked on it. And you've been rocking with me ever since. So you mean to tell me out of the millions of people on YouTube that see my thumbnail, only this small percentage of people got their attention? If that's the case, then there are too many people that are low vibrational. Because maybe when they look at the screen, maybe it looks blank to them. Maybe they can't even see it because our vibration is too high. Maybe you saw it because you're vibrating at a high rate. Your frequency matched my frequency, so you were able to see it. right? As I'm looking right now, they're taking likes out. Like I've went up to 45 likes, and then it goes down, then it goes up, then it, like, how does that work? I decode numbers. I know numbers. I know algorithms. I know analytics. I know how to make sense of things. And what YouTube is doing, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Y'all shadow ban the real, and y'all push the fake. I have never heard Zach Rector talk about getting kicked out of a live. Many of these people, I have never heard digital asset investors say he have problems in his chat. But people like Bully Bear, me, everybody else in this community, it's like we get harassed. But we know why. Because we know what Ecoin is. We know Ecoin is linked to the Iraqi dinar. These people are not talking about physical notes also. They don't know about the revaluation of all currencies. They don't know that it's important to get the Vietnamese dong, the Zimbabwe RV, the Venezuelan Bolivar, right? They don't know that. They looking at things from a traditional investor perspective. But I told you guys, this new bull run is not based on how good you are reading charts and technical analysis and Fibonacci retracements and things like that. None of that is going to matter. It's all about spirit, faith, belief, and if you are chosen by the Most High. If you are chosen by the Most High, you are here. Loan is going to run the world. And you are in early when loan is sitting at a $47-48 million market cap. Loan, Proton Network, this is going to reach $1 trillion. That's like having Bitcoin, fam. You're holding Bitcoin in 2013 right now. Because you raised your frequency. Because you raised your vibration. Because you saw through the smoke and the fog. Because you followed your heart. Your heart chakra. Now you're about to reap the benefits of it. You see, most people, as soon as they chat stopped, they would have ended the live. I can't make no money. I can't make no money. I can't talk to nobody. They would have ended the live. Every time they do this to me, I keep going. Because my purpose is to come here and talk to you. Not to make money off you. Not to get rich off you. To talk to you. To have dialogue. To share information. To raise our frequency. When people show me support and love and respect, it makes me feel good, but that's not my purpose. I've done fine in my life without making YouTube money, and I will continue to. Because I don't make nothing off YouTube. I don't make nothing off. Go look at all my videos, right? Go look at all my videos around the same amount of 320, 280, 401, 325, right? 195. They not letting me make no money on YouTube, but they thought that that would deter me and make me give up. Make me feel like I'm wasting my time. They got the wrong person. They got the wrong person because the Most High takes care of me. Always has. Always has. Money has come in my life in the strangest ways you can imagine. Strangest ways. So I know who has my back. I know where the real power lies. So I'm telling you guys, my last message to you guys, do not put all your energy in trying to defend yourself from what the Most High has ordained. Let it go. Understand that if it's meant for you, it's meant for you. Don't just sit around and do nothing. Yeah, plant your seeds. Plant your seeds. But in nature, when you plant seeds, right? You plant seeds, you reap you wait till the harvest comes, right? You keep an eye on your crop, but you don't want to go to your crop and spray pesticides on it to protect it from bugs. Certain things you don't want to do to your crop, because in trying to protect your crop, you hurt your crop. You're going to hurt the people that eat your crop. Let nature take its course. Let nature take its course. And in this aspect, nature is the Most High. Know that the Most High is going to protect you. Know that the Most High is going to put a force field around your cryptocurrencies. Know that if there is a hack for some reason, your coins are still there. Know that your house is the house on the block that survived when the tornado wiped out the entire neighborhood, and you and only a handful of people houses never got taught. Because the Most High shows you that in nature. We've seen many times where a whole neighborhood is obliterated, and then you have 4 or 5 houses that doesn't have not even a shingle missing. That is us, fam. That is us. We are the ones that slept through the storm because we knew we were protected. We slept peacefully. We don't go to sleep every night trying to sleep with one eye open. We sleep peacefully because we know the Most High has got our back. But then when you wake up in that morning and you go in the kitchen and you say, let me get some coffee. And then you get your coffee, right? And you say, let me go outside, take a walk and smell the fresh air. Then when you open your front door, you look across the street, your neighbor's house is gone. You look to your left, that neighbor's house is gone. You look to your right, that neighbor's house is gone. You walk behind your house to your backyard, the house behind you, that house is gone. All of the trees are gone. And then your house is still there standing. The Most High is powerful. There are such things called force fields. And it's something that the Most High could put around you and your family and protect you and your family from any event. But the Most High would also say, if you believe in technology, if you believe in all of these different gadgets and gadgets to protect you, then I'll let you put your trust in that. And we'll see how that ends. Because what you believe in, man-made. And what man makes can be destroyed. When the Most High creates something, if the Most High doesn't want it destroyed, it will not be destroyed. And that's the message of the day, fam. Raise your frequencies and your vibrations. Know that you are protected. Feel it in your heart. Feel it and know that you found this channel for a reason. Feel it in your heart that you know it's bigger than just crypto. That it's time for us to awaken and exit this matrix. It's time for us to come together and work together as a community. Because that's what we do here. We help each other. We show each other love. We support each other. We share information. And we keep elevating in our frequency and in our positions. So guys, I went a whole nother hour after they ended this chat. Because it's not about that. But it's also obvious, and they also made it blatantly clear that they don't like it when we talk to each other, share things, They don't like it when you guys show support to me. They don't want me to get any motivation. They don't want me to, they don't need any more fire up under me lit. Right? But the effects of what they're doing is going to backfire because it makes me work harder. It makes me work harder. Now I'm going to go live 2-3 times a day. I'm going to try to. So everybody that came and showed love and support, because I've been seeing a lot of new people, right? And I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate you and I thank you. I appreciate you. And to everybody that sent me super chats, I can't even express enough how much how I'm appreciative of that. But it works in your favor threefold, because it makes me work harder, and also those that I represent see you. Trust me. And you're gonna have a little extra edge when it hit the fan. Mark my words. You're gonna have a little extra edge. So get ready, fam, because fireworks are about to fly. We're getting close to that time. They're not gonna catch us off guard, because we're already preparing. We already feel it. We already sense it. We know what time it is. So don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, share this video when it's uploaded. I'm going to try to come back tomorrow. Matter of fact, I'm going to come back tomorrow. I might go a little earlier though, maybe like 12 o'clock, noon. I know some of you guys are working, but if you can't catch the live, then you can just watch it after I've uploaded it. But I'm about to turn up more. So thank you, YouTube, for sparking more flame. You just threw gas on the flame, YouTube. That's what you did. So I'm about to head out, fam. But once again, thank you all for coming to the live. Have a blessed day. Starship out.